Following is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network.
Satter wants the ball. He's going to maybe tee it up for 11-3. He got it! 11 three-pointers for Ty Satter. It's unbelievable.
From the Fusion the other way. Nice ball in towards Kamai. Kamai able to set us down. Kamai beating the keeper. Shot on the way, and Kamai scores. 1-0 for the Fusion. And it's
1-2 pitch. Line shot up the middle. One run will score. Deer rounding third. He's coming to the plate.
Verwest, they center in front. Scarborough down low, loose in front, in for a goal. South Shaley gets the first goal of this East Region title.
Let's turn things over to the broadcast booth. The pregame show starts now.
All right, welcome. We're live here at Viking Varsity Diamond here in Kindred. We're getting ready for Barnesville Post 153 taking on the Post 1 out of Bismarck, one of their four teams. They have the Governors, they have the Senators, they have the Scarlets, but the one here today in Kindred is the Bismarck Reps, and this should be an interesting matchup here between the Barnesville Trojans and the Bismarck Reps. The Reps come into the game with an overall record. Matter of fact, let's put it up on screen for you. Put them side by side. Overall record of 13-8. They are 1-2 in the Shields tourney. In the season, they've outscored their opponents 159-92, but in the Shields tourney, they've been outscored by their opponents 24-13. In that 1 win and 2 losses. For Bismarck, they would fall 11-3 to the Fargo Post 2 Jets on Friday, and then a 7-2 loss to Regina, Saskatchewan on Saturday. They'd pick up their first win, an 8-6 victory over Renner on Saturday. That brings them into today's game against Barnesville. With that 1-2 Shields Invite Tourney record. For the Barnesville Trojans, they are 10-10 on the season. They are 7-8 in conference play on the Minnesota side. However, they are 2-1 here in the Shields Invite Tourney. On the season, they've outscored their opponents 118-101. But in the Shields Invite Tourney, they've outscored their opponents 31-13. They have been pretty dominant here in the Shields Invite Tournament. They would get off to a slow start against the West Fargo Vets, but they would eventually crawl back but come a run short. They'd have bases loaded with 2 outs, and they would score 4 runs in the in the top of the 7th. But they would come a run short and lose 8-7 to the West Fargo Vets on Friday. And then they said no more of that. They went to their hotels, woke up, came back to the field the next day and pounded Beulah 17-1. And then they'd pick up a 7-4 win over the Post 400 Astros yesterday, bringing them into today's game against the Bismarck Reps. I want to say thanks to our sponsors, including Touchmark of Bismarck, sponsoring the Bismarck half of the innings. Bismarck will be the visitors on the scoreboard, and Barnesville will be the home team on the scoreboard, and the home side of the scoreboard is brought to you by Barnesville Grocery. Also, this is your Barnesville Cynics pregame show. We'll have your Maple River Grain and Agronomy keys to the game coming up here. Also, we're live from the Ball Green Construction broadcast booth. Ratzel's Pool Hall will snag your scoreboard today. Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery is proud to bring you the team comparisons that are on your screen right now. All your strikeouts for Barnesville pitchers will be brought to you by Lee's Electric. And then also Midwest Bank, Willow Creek Insurance will handle your visits to the mound. Barnesville Drug and Hardware, Agent Josh Weechek at Priority Real Estate in Barnesville. Santana Concrete, Dean's Bulk Service, 4 Hill Farms, The Pitchfork, CNS Cleaning and Restoration in Barnesville, Mainline Bar and Grill in Downer, and Halverson Farms bringing you coverage of today's game between Barnesville Post 153 and Post 1 Bismarck Reps right here on Magnitude Sports. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to take a quick break. We got your keys to the game in 30 seconds here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You have options when it comes to purchasing your crop inputs. At Maple River Grain and Agronomy, it's our goal to provide our member owners with the best possible customer service from people that you know and trust who grew up around here and know what it takes to run a successful farming business year-round. The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy can anticipate our customers' needs. They now serve the DGF and Barnesville communities, as well as Rothsay and Sabin, plus many other locations across North Dakota and Minnesota. Visit mrga.com today to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy.
Here's a look at what needs to be done to win this game. These are your keys to the game.
All right, keys to the game brought to you by Maple River Grain and Agronomy. Let's start with the visiting Bismarck Reps. Score early and don't let up. Lure Barnesville into committing errors. and don't get yourself in a position where you're playing from behind, where you're trying to play catch up here against Barnesville. As we mentioned earlier, Barnesville's been pretty dominant in the runs scored versus runs allowed category. I don't expect that to change here in this one, but there are ways that the Reps can come out on top here in this contest here today, and doing those three things would certainly pave the path to a potential victory here for the Bismarck Reps. For the Barnesville Trojans, keys to the game: play smart ball. No, that was not a typo. Although playing small ball might be a part of playing smart ball, use your bats to set the tone. Get those hits going early, get things clicking early, and steal and frustrate. These Barnesville definitely has some speed on the bases, and it doesn't matter if they're up 5 or down 5. They can find their way into a game, and they can find their way into dominating a game as well. So play smart ball, use your bats to set the tone, and steal and frustrate, and those are your keys to the game. Brought to you by Maple River Grain and Agronomy. We'll take another timeout. We have your starting lineups right around the corner as well here on Magnitude Sports. In just a moment, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Barnesville Cenex is your one-stop shop in Barnesville for gas, snacks, beverages, and more, including fresh Sandy's Donuts each day of the week. Barnesville Cenex has the Caribou Coffee Kiosk open daily as well. Don't forget, you can pick up automobile supplies, and Barnesville Cenex is your hunting and fishing license headquarters. Barnesville Cenex. Call 218-354-2139 or stop in at 619 Front Street North in Barnesville. Barnesville Cenex wishes the Trojans the best of luck in today's game.
Ratzel's Pool Hall. You can find them at 205 Front Street in Barnesville. When you head over to Ratzel's Pool Hall, expect cold beverages, tasty and crispy pizza, as well as a friendly staff. Search for Ratzel's Pool Hall on Facebook, give the page a like and follow so you can keep up to date with all the daily specials, new menu additions, and dates of special events such as karaoke and musical artists. Don't forget, if the Barnesville Trojans are playing, you can watch the game at Ratzel's Pool Hall. They invite you to stop by after the game. 205 Front Street in Barnesville, Ratzel's Pool Hall. Just a fun little place in a small town.
Touchmark provides a carefree lifestyle for our residents, and we are here with you the entire way.
I'm so happy I made the move to Touchmark.
There's always enough to keep me busy, and people are very friendly here. I enjoy that. It makes my day.
People get up and dance. I mean, it's such a joyful place to live. How can you not like it?
That sense of community is so strong. When I think of Touchmark, I just think big, but I think beautiful, and I think home.
Hey, it's Mike with Magnitude Sports. Check out this channel right here, Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. It's owned and operated by a family in Bismarck, North Dakota that I've known for over 2 decades. Kids have grown up into fine young men, and during their high school careers, some of them even played games that were broadcast on Magnitude Sports. If you like hunting, fishing, general outdoor life, sunrise, sunset, everything hunting and fishing related, dogs, hunting dogs, they're the best. Then check out the channel and show them some love. Go to Fins and Feathers Outdoors. Subscribe to them today.
Game time is now only minutes away. Let's take a look at your starting lineups for this matchup.
All right, and your starting lineups for the Bismarck Reps brought to you by Touchmark of Bismarck, and your starting lineups here for the Barnesville Trojans brought to you by Dean's Bulk Service. We certainly appreciate everybody hopping in on this game here to make this coverage of this game possible. We certainly welcome everybody watching, whether you're wherever you may be watching from and whichever team you're cheering for. We wish you the best of luck here in this particular broadcast. The batting lineup for the Barnesville, I want to say Barnesville Trojans, but it's sort of unofficial. It's Barnesville Post 153. So if I let Trojans slip once or twice, I'm sure nobody's going to be upset. But the lineup for Barnesville, there we go. That sounded better. Batting 1, 2, and 3. The starting pitcher, number 11, Carson Hagan. The shortstop, number 1, Asher O'Brien, and the designated hitter who will be batting for the left fielder. And that designated hitter is number 15, Colin Morey. The middle of the order at 4, 5, and 6 is the first baseman, Peyton Amundsen. Center fielder, number 10, Jay Chumperlin. And the right fielder, number 5, Andrew Ellert. And then the bottom of the order at 7, 8, and 9 is the second baseman, number 3, Peyton Pana. The catcher, number 4, Cam Halverson. And the third baseman, number 7, Brady Nozzle. Once again, not batting, and the left fielder for Barnesville is Max Olson. Reserves for the Barnesville Trojans that you may see at some point in this game, number 2, Gannon Ballgreen. Number 6, Brennan Steele. Number 8, Brendan Mason. Number 9, Quincy Morey. Number 12, Ethan Larson. Number 13, Major Ness. Number 19, Elias Cox. Number 22, Alex Dorton. And number 24, David Odo. And we certainly appreciate the coaches for helping me out with just one or two names there that I wasn't 100% sure on. And then for the Bismarck reps, the batting lineup will look like this. It'll be 1, 2, and 3. Center fielder number 7, Aiden Johnson. Shortstop number 12, Tate Shaner. And catcher number 14, Cooper Miller. The middle of the order here for the Bismarck reps at 4, 5, and 6 will be the left fielder number 13, Gavin Bryce. The designated hitter number 4, Andy Brubachen. And the third baseman number 16, Wrigley Astol. The bottom of the order at 7, 8, and 9 will be the second baseman, number 5, Jordan Klein. The first baseman, number 2, Carter Anderson. The right fielder, number 15, Braxton Dollinger. Starting on the mound here for the Bismarck reps will be your starting pitcher, who's not batting, number 6, Elias Flanagan. The reserves for the Bismarck reps that you may see in this game: number 1, Cash Weisenberger; number 3, Tanner Grossclose; number 8, Logan Zawistowski; number 10, Charlie Vig; and number 11, Isaac Lewis. I was told that Logan Zatowski was not here today, so that's cool in a way, but it would have been cooler if I would have got his name right by the second inning. Let's put it that way. All right. Well, that will do it for your starting lineups here. Once again, we're getting a little bit closer here to game time. Scheduled first pitch was 1 o'clock. The first game went a little bit longer than expected, so we're probably going to be close to about 1:25 here on the start of this one, which is about 10 minutes away. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Stay tuned.
There's never a bored moment at Touchmark.
Here, it's always something going on. If I want to do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't.
The whole community has so much going on, activities for each day, basically, and everything's right there.
There's always enough to keep me busy.
We have stuff day to day, such as gardening club, but we also have our big signature events like our Touchmark Woodstock event. There's never really a time to be bored if you don't want to be.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Are you looking to buy or sell your home? Maybe you need a summer getaway. Contact Josh Weedcheck, your local hometown licensed real estate agent with Priority Real Estate in Barnesville. Josh will assist you in finding a new home for you and your family. Whether it's a pre-existing home or a lot available to build your own dream home, call or text Josh today, 218-790-2477. Priority Real Estate, wishing the Trojans the best of luck in today's game.
Offer your family.
Santana Concrete LLC in Barnesville comes highly recommended from their customers. But don't take our word for it, take theirs. Dan states that the team is
polite, friendly, and efficient.
Lee tells us that
quality work for a fair price is hard to find.
Here's Mike from Post 400 Baseball.
Santana Concrete did a wonderful job laying the concrete foundation for our new press box.
And Jasmine shares
they do amazing work.
Check them out by searching Santana Concrete LLC on Facebook or call 218-790-6560.
All right, welcome back here to Viking Varsity Diamond here in Kindred. As you can see, the coach for Barnesville shaking the hands of the umpire and the coach for the Bismarck reps in the red outfit there, and they'll exchange lineups and greetings with each other. Once again, the Bismarck reps come into this matchup with an overall win-loss record of 13-8. They are 1-2 here in the Shields Invite tourney. They have scored 13 runs. They've allowed their opponents here in the Shields Invite to score 24 runs. It was an 11-3 loss to the Post 2 Jets on Friday for the reps, and then they would fall once again 7-2 to Regina, Saskatchewan on Saturday before picking up their first win later on Saturday with an 8-6 victory over Renner. And then that brings them into today's game against Barnesville. For Barnesville, overall, they're 10-10, but they've had to battle for those 10 wins, and their teams have had to battle for those 10 defeats that earned them their opponents' victories here. They are 2-1 in the Shields Invite. They started out slow against West Fargo and then picked up the pace, but fell a run short in the bottom of the 7th. They had the bases loaded with 2 outs. They were down 8-3. in going into the bottom of the 7th. They were able to put 4 on the board, but fall short by the final score of 8-7 as the Vets would pick up the victory Friday. And then they came back and put that loss behind them and took care of business against Beulah. 17-1 victory on Saturday. And then later on that day, they would tack on 7 more runs in a 7-4 victory over the Post 400 Astros. And that brings them to today's game against Bismarck. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors, including Touchmark of Bismarck, sponsoring the Bismarck half of the inning, and the Barnesville sponsors include Barnesville Cynics. As your Barnesville Cynics pregame show is about to wrap up, thanks to Maple River Grain and Agronomy for bringing us our keys to the game. Also, we're Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery with your team profiles, and Lee's Electric will bring your strikeouts. Barnesville Grocery will bring you the Barnesville half of the inning, and Barnesville Internet, Midwest Bank, Willow Creek Insurance, Barnesville Drug and Hardware, Agent Josh Weedcheck at Priority Real Estate, Santana Concrete, Dean's Bulk Service, Four Hills Farm, The Pitchfork, C&S Clean and Restoration, Mainline Grill and Barn in Downer, and Halverson Farms. And welcome once again to the Ball Green Construction broadcast booth as the PA announcer, Mike Bernier, reads off the starting lineups here for the Bismarck Reps. We will take another timeout, and when we come back, that first pitch will be seconds away. Hang on, we're going to not go anywhere except for a short break here on Magnitude Sports.
Dean's Bulk Service C-Stores in Barnesville and Sabin are your stops for high-quality Arco gas and diesel fuels, plus a car wash in Barnesville. Don't forget to pick up your favorite snacks and beverages as well. Dean's Bulk Service is your preferred choice for your propane, fuel, diesel, exhaust fluid, and ISO-Clean certified lubricants for your home, farm, and business. Call them 1-800-548-2799 or visit dbsoil.com to see what they can do for you.
Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Call, text, email Jack, Rhonda, or Terry with questions and get a quote today. Newell set it up near side. Lexi Ballgreen kick, and it's a kill for Ballgreen. That pulls the Barnesville Trojans within a point, and they get the serve back. Inquest works out the shotgun again. He's looking deep, and he's got a man with a little bit of room. It bounces off the back of the neck of a Barnesville Trojan, and it's intercepted. Gannon Ballgreen will get the deflected pass.
Intercepted on the deflection by number 6, Gannon Ballgreen.
All right, still going through the starting lineups here. They finished up with the Reps. They're about halfway through with the Barnesville Post 153. And let's go ahead and just refresh you with those starting lineups here. Once again, batting lineup here for the Barnesville Trojans, who will be the home team on the scoreboard, will be 1, 2, and 3, Carson Hagan, Asher O'Brien, and Colin Morey. Middle of the order at 4, 5, and 6 will be Peyton Amundsen, Jay Chumperland, and Andrew Ellert. And the bottom of the order, 7, 8, and 9 for Barnesville will be Peyton Pana, Cam Halverson, and Brady Nozzle. And then left field and not batting will be Max Olson. For the Bismarck Reps, 1, 2, 3, Aiden Johnson, Tate Shaner, and Cooper Miller. 4, 5, 6, Gavin Bryce, Andy Brubachen, and Wrigley Astle. And 7, 8, and 9 will be Jordan Klein, Carter Anderson, and Braxton Dollinger. And your starting pitcher for the Bismarck Reps is Elias Flanagan. Starting pitcher once again here for the Barnesville Post 153 is on the mound Carson Hagan, number 11. And once again, let's go around the bases here for Barnesville. So at first base, you have Peyton Amundsen. Up at second base is Peyton Pana. Over at shortstop is Asher O'Brien, and Brady Nozzle is manning the third base bag. Behind the plate, taking the pitches from Hagen, is Cameron Halverson. And then in the outfield, you have Max Olson in left field. In center field, you'll find Jay Chumperlin hanging out, and Andrew Ellert. Right over here in right field will be the slow guy today, as most baseball games don't see a lot of hits to right field, but who knows? That might change today. All right, well, we're about ready to go. We're going to take one quick 30-second break and be right back.
Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Call, text, email Jack, Rhonda, or Terry with questions and get a quote today.
All right, welcome back. There's a good look at Carson Hagen warming up on the mound. Once again, he's tossing him into the mid of Cam Halverson. Talked to the coach. I was like, I don't have a logo for your summer program. Are you cool if I call you the Trojans? He's like, absolutely, that's fine. So we're going to go with the Trojans. And then that makes things just a hair easier for me. This would be the first ever Legion. I think this is the first ever Legion baseball broadcast for Barnesville on Magnitude Sports. And I know that comes as a shock to some Barnesville fans, but it's a beautiful field here at Viking Varsity Diamond in Kindred. And if you haven't been here before, they got a nice scoreboard. That scoreboard's fairly new. It's been here for about 4 or 5 years. That's when they remodeled this whole thing, actually. This used to be a super hot wooden frame, and now it's a air-conditioned blue and white half garage, half press box. And a leadoff smash hit to deep left center field, and that one's going all the way to the wall, and that's going to be an easy double for the leadoff, Aiden Johnson. So one pitch and a runner on second. First pitch coming across at 1:25 p.m. And he just absolutely clocked that one out into center field. And this one's going to go out into left field. And making the grab there is Max Olson for out number 1. And holding up on second is Aiden Johnson. So runner on with one hit. And that's Shaner who flied out to left field. And now that'll bring up Cooper Miller. So 2 pitches, a hit and an out. That's where we're sitting at right now. Cooper Miller moves Gavin Bryce into the on-deck circle here for the Bismarck Reps. Here's the pitch from Hagen. And he got it in there for a strike, 0-1. We'll have spray charts for Barnesville, and we'll also have spray charts for about 3 players for the Bismarck Reps here. That's all I have at the moment.
Aiden Johnson moves up to third base on the wild pitch.
All right, so Bismarck threatening now here on the 1-1 count. You got 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on. And it's ones across the board right now for Cooper Miller. And the 1-1 pitch is high and in for ball 2. And that one's fouled away. Even at 2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Sports fans, bring those foul balls to the concession stands for a special treat, and then return the ball to the first base dugout.
Two-2. He'll reach for that one and foul it off the top of his bat into the netting behind home plate there. And now it is a 2 balls and 2 strikes count. Remains 2-2 as he fouls it away. And now he's going to send this one high and deep to left field. That could be out of here. And nope, it's not going to be out of there. Max Olson catches it right in front of the fence. Thought for a moment there he might have a chance to smash a 2-runner out of here, but it was deep enough to score. Aiden Johnson gets an RBI off a sac fly, and Bismarck strikes first here. in the top of the first. They'll take runners off base, put the second out on the board, bring up Gavin Bryce. So a sac fly to deep left field. Good enough to score Johnson. 1-0 Bismarck. First pitch to Bryce, in for a ball. It's 1-0. We're 3 minutes into the game, and Bismarck is up 1-0. Here's the set and the windup and the delivery from Hagen. That one's fouled away. We're even at a ball and a strike. Once again, this inning of baseball, this half inning of baseball, brought to you by Touchmark with locations in Bismarck and multiple locations throughout the state of North Dakota, including Fargo. Pitch is high for a ball. Two balls and two strikes. Can he end it on pitch 13? Yes, he can. That's a Lee's Electric strikeout for Carson Hagen, his first of the game. And that takes care of business here in the top half of the first. Bismarck does get a run across on a hit. And it's 1-0 Reps now, and we'll see the Trojans coming up here in about 60 seconds. It's Hagen, O'Brien, and Morey, your first three batters. Elias Flanagan will be on the mound for the Reps when we come back after this here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
Touchmark provides a carefree lifestyle for our residents, and we are here with you the entire way.
I'm so happy I made the move to Touchmark.
There's always enough to keep me busy, and people are very friendly here. I enjoy that. It makes my day.
People get up and dance. I mean, it's such a joyful place to live. How can you not like it?
That sense of community is so strong. When I think of Touchmark, I just think big, but I think beautiful, and I think home.
All right. Reps have put Elias Flanagan on the mound. He'll be tossing him into the glove of Cooper Miller behind home plate. Around the bases, you got Carter Anderson at first, Jordan Klein at second, Tate Shaner the shortstop, Wrigley Astle at third. In the outfield, you have Aiden Johnson in center, Braxton Dullinger in right, and Gavin Bryce in left field for the Bismarck Reps as they score a run on a hit. You got the leadoff hit into deep left center field for a double, and then on a he would take third on a wild pitch, and then he would come in and score on a sac fly to deep left that for a moment here thought might have had enough mustard on it to get over the fence, but didn't quite happen yet. So one of the keys to the game was for Bismarck to get out to an early lead, and they did get out to an early lead. Probably be a little bit more comfortable here if they had a 2 or 3-0 lead instead of a 1-0 lead. But we'll see how Barnesville comes out with the bats here in the home half of the first. And this home half of the inning is brought to you by our friends at Barnesville Grocery. First batter stepping up to the plate here will be Carson Hagen. Once again, broadcast coverage also brought to you by Barnesville Snacks, Maple River Grain and Agronomy, Ball Green Construction, Ratzel's Pool Hall, Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery, Lee's Electric, Barnesville Grocery, Barnesville Internet, Midwest Bank, Willow Creek Insurance, Barnesville Drug Hardware, Agent Josh Wiechek at Priority Real Estate, Santana Concrete, Dean's Bulk Service, Four Hill Farms, The Pitchfork, CNS Cleaning Restoration, Mainline Grill in Downer, and Halverson Farms. First pitch there is in for a ball, I think. Yep, 1-0 here to Carson Hagen. Carson Hagen, Asher O'Brien, and Colin Morey. And that one will skip through into the backstop for ball 2. Carson Hagen graduated this year from Barnesville High School. Asher O'Brien will be a senior this year. Colin Morey will be a junior this year for Barnesville. And there's a little player profile on your first three batters here for Barnesville. And it's now 3-0 now here to Carson Hagen. So we'll see if Flanagan can deliver his free strike here. He winds up and deals. And nope, that'll be ball 4, and he'll walk the first batter on 4 pitches, bringing up Asher O'Brien.
Hagen draws a walk, brings up the shortstop, number 1, Asher O'Brien.
So runner on for Barnesville now. Hagen will get a short lead off on first. Flanagan sets, delivers, showing bunt. The pitch goes wild to the left side of the batter's box. And up to second goes Carson Hagen. They'll give him credit for a stolen base as he was taken off prior to the pitch being released. So Hagen now stands on second. 2 balls and no strikes. At least I think it's 2-0. He's showing bunt again. And I think it's 3-0 now. I think. So his first 7 pitches have all hit the ball category. Okay, no, his first 6 pitches have hit the ball category. There's a strike. So 2-1 the category, the count now here to O'Brien with Colin Morey on deck. Barnesville already with a runner in scoring position here on second with Carson Hagen. The pitch, and that one's sent up high and foul to right field. 302 down the right field line. You got 325 down the left field line. You have 348 the straightaway center here at Viking Varsity Diamond and Kindred. We've seen some deep balls from Bismarck already. We'll see what Barnesville has in their bats. Runner goes to third, throw up to third. He dives in and he's out. Nice throw there from Cooper Miller up to Wrigley Astol at third. Hagen went for a head-first slide into the base, but the ball was delivered in a perfect spot for Astol to apply a easy tag. That puts 1 out on and takes the runner off base. Now it's popped straight up and foul. We'll stay right where we're at 3-2. It's a full count here to Asher O'Brien. In the pitch. And he'll walk him. So he walks back-to-back batters. The first walk doesn't matter now because he got caught stealing, but we'll see if Barnesville can regenerate what they almost had here with Asher O'Brien on base. So this is Colin Morey now, the sophomore, and now throwing up to second and safe. So Barnesville gets that runner back on second base now. And we'll see, they'll probably think twice before trying to steal third again after seeing the arm from Cooper Miller on that last attempt to steal third. It's 0-1 here to Morey. And a strike is called. 0-2. So Flanagan will set here, and he'll deliver the 0-2. And this one is right down the first base line. Bobbled at first, but an easy second out, and that will advance O'Brien over to third.
O'Brien reaches third on the ground up.
So now it's Peyton Amundsen.
Brings up the cleanup hitter, Peyton Amundsen, first baseman.
So now Barnesville does have that runner on third with 2 outs. Can they come in and tie this game here? We'll find out. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Peyton Amundsen. Jay Trumperlin would be the batter on deck here for Barnesville if Amundsen can reach base without that third out happening. Flanagan will set. Deliver. And that one's hit well. Left field line drive right into the glove of Gavin Bryce. And that will strand Asher O'Brien on third and bring an end to the first inning of play. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base for Barnesville. And Bismarck will take their 1-0 lead to the top of the second to see if they can add to it. When we come back after this, due up for Bismarck will be batters 5, 6, and 7. Andy Brubakken, Wrigley Astle, and Jordan Klein. And Hagen with pitch 14 right after this here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Barnesville Drug and Hardware is your local Health Mart Pharmacy and Hardware Hank store in Barnesville. Open weekdays 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays until noon. Stop in at 117 Front Street. Get everything you need for your home. Smoke alarms, thermometers, Ethernet, coax cable, and maybe a little something for your kitchen. Baking goods, paper supplies, toasters, coffee pots, griddles, and stove and oven accessories. Don't forget that Barnesville Drug and Hardware is your Valspar Paint headquarters. Barnesville Drug and Hardware. Give them a like and follow on Facebook. Barnesville Drug and Hardware wishes the Trojans the best of luck this sports season.
When the unthinkable happens to your home or business, CNS Cleaning and Restoration in Barnesville is the family-owned and operated business that you can trust to get you back to normal. Whether it's water damage from a flood, taking care of mold, establishing a carpet cleaning maintenance program, or cleaning your air ducts, the CNS motto is do it once and do it right. Call 218-329-8395 or visit cnsrestoration.com to learn about the services that CNS Cleaning and Restoration can provide for you.
Welcome back. Andy Brubakken for the Bismarck Raps is the leadoff hitter here in the top of the second. This half of the inning brought to you by Touchmark of Bismarck. First pitch, Brubakken half swings, fouls it away for strike 1. Nothing in 1 here now, here to Brubakken. Hagen delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Halverson couldn't quite secure it in his glove, but luckily for the Trojans, it was a swing and a miss by Brubakken. So they get a freebie there. And it's an 0-2 count, and Hagen a chance to finish it off. And he does. Strikeout number 2 on the Lee's Electric strikeout counter, and he'll bring up Wrigley Astle.
Second strikeout for Hagen. Brings up the third baseman, number 16, Wrigley Astle.
Barnesville 10-10 overall. Bismarck 13-8 overall. Those numbers would suggest that these two teams are evenly matched. Here's a hard hit ball to third and across the diamond, and then the pick by Amundsen from Nozzle on the other end of the diamond for the 5-3 ground out.
2 outs. Brings up the 7th batter in the lineup, the second baseman, number 5, Jordan Klein.
All right, so it's Jordan Klein now. As I was mentioning earlier, the win-loss records would suggest that these teams are evenly matched, but some of the other stats would suggest otherwise. Bismarck's been outscored 24-13 here in the Shields Invite. Barnesville has outscored their opponents 31-13 here in the Shields Invite. So if you didn't catch that, Barnesville has given up as many runs in this tournament as Bismarck has scored. That's a quick 0-2 count here to Jordan Klein. Barnesville pretty much 500 across the board in almost all their stats. 10 wins, 10 losses. They've scored as many runs as they've scored just a few more runs than they've given up. 118-101. And this one dribbled foul down the first baseline, and it'll remain a 1-ball and 2-strike count here to Jordan Klein. Bismarck 11-3 loss to Post 2 Jets and a 7-2 loss to Regina before picking up an 8-6 win over Renner to reach this game today against Barnesville. And that'll be another 5-3 ground out from Nozzle to Amundsen. And it will remain 1-0 through 1.5 innings of play here, and Barnesville will have another chance to try and knock this one up. We'll see if they can get things going in the home half of the second. The home half of the second brought to you by Barnesville Grocery in Barnesville. We'll be back with that Barnesville Grocery bottom of the second right after this here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Mike with Magnitude Sports. Check out this channel right here, Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. It's owned and operated by a family in Bismarck, North Dakota that I've known for over 2 decades. Kids have grown up into fine young men, and during their high school careers, some of them even played games that were broadcasted on Magnitude Sports. If you like hunting, fishing, general outdoor life, sunrise, sunset, everything hunting and fishing related, dogs, hunting dogs, they're the best. Then check out the channel and show them some love. Go to Fins and Feathers Outdoors. Subscribe to them today. Lee's Electric in Barnesville proudly cheers on the Trojans this sports season. As a featured business on the Barnesville City website, Lee's Electric can help you with your electrical needs and projects big or small. So when there's a blast to straightaway center field, a lightning quick touchdown pass, a supercharged ace serve, or that electric layup drive in the baseline, whenever you see an electric play in the game, think Lee's Electric. Let's go Trojans. All right, welcome back here to the Barnesville Grocery bottom of the second inning here as Barnesville will step up to the plate with Jay Chumperlin, Andrew Ellert, and Peyton Pana. It's 5, 6, and 7 in the Barnesville batting lineup here in the bottom of the second. They got a runner stranded on third in the bottom half of the first. They had another runner caught stealing at third. So they haven't been able to pull that final 90 feet off yet here. We'll see if they can do that here in the Barnesville Grocery bottom of the second. 1-0 to Chumperlin. Chumperlin on Magnitude Sports. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's 3 for 10 on his plate appearances. When he's made contact with the ball, he has a couple hits to right field and a hit to center field. Fly out to left, a pair of flyouts to center. Handful of groundouts as well. That will skip away. Did it hit him? Yep, it sure did. So Chumperlin on a 1-1 pitch will take base via hit by a pitch. And that'll bring up Andrew Ellert.
Brings up the right fielder, number 5, Andrew Ellert.
Ellert, another graduate of Barnesville High School this past spring. Or maybe graduate's probably the better word. Graduee. It sounded cool, but graduate's probably the one I should go with. 1-0 to Ellert. Ellert 2 for 3 on Magnitude Sports this season. Hit to center field, hit to left field, and a fly out to left field on a spray chart. Pitch will miss outside. It's 2 balls, no strikes here to Andrew Ellert. 1-0 Bismarck on a couple of monster hits. A leadoff hit. A leadoff double for Bismarck, and 2 batters later he would come in and score on a sac fly to left. And a strike is thrown there by Flanagan, and it's 2-1. I want to give kudos to the people who run the Bismarck Governor's website. They have all sorts of information on there for all of their teams, the Governors, the Senators, the Reps, the Scarlets. So it's really easy to pick up some tidbits and provide the best amount of information we possibly could here for the Bismarck Reps. And that'll be another walk. That's the 4th batter that Flanagan has walked in this game here. We're in the bottom of the second. So Peyton Pana will be the batter now. Pana 2 for 3 with a hit to left field, a hit to left center. And he also reached base on an error charged to the third baseman. on his 3 plate appearances on Magnitude Sports. So short delay in the action here so the umpire can clear off the sand from home plate as Pana will dig in. From the stretch, Flanagan will set, and now a bunt down the first base line. And the throw up to first is there in time, and it does its job as the sacrifice bunt moves Chumpel into third and Ellard up to second.
Brings up the catcher, number 14, Cam Halverson.
So now Cam Halverson will have a chance to bat in a couple of teammates. All he needs is one swing of the bat. This is pitch 26 for Flanagan coming up. And he delivers a strike as he'll blast one past Halverson. Took 3 minutes for Bismarck to get on the board. Right now we're at the 23-minute mark with Barnesville threatening. And the 0-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. Here's the 0-2, high for a ball. Nice eye there by Halverson to watch that one go upstairs and take it for a 1-2 count. And a swing and a miss, and that is a strikeout for Elias Flanagan, his first.
Brings up the third baseman, number 7, Brady Nozzle.
And now Brady Nozzle. Brady Nozzle 2 for 10 on his plate appearances here on Magnitude Sports, and he'll pop this one up foul for the first strike. His hits include center field and left center. Flyouts to left, center, and right. And most of his ground outs go to third. He reached base on air on one occasion as well. And a strike is called. 0-2 here to Brady Nozzle. If Nozzle can reach base, it'd be back to the top of the order with Carson Hagen on deck. And the pitch will just miss. Barnesville dugout trying to cheer on Nozzle here to keep this inning going here for Barnesville. One and two. Flanagan delivers. That one popped up. We'll stay at 1-2. And the pitch is high for a ball. We're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes now here to Brady Nozzle. Once again, it's Carson Hagen on deck. Standing on base is Jay Chumplin on third, and up at second is Andrew Ellard. Looking for a pitch and a base hit here. Can he get one? No, he'll foul it away, and he'll fight for another pitch. We'll stay at 2-2. Pitch 36 coming up for Flanagan. 17 balls, 18 strikes on 35 throws so far. Number 2 popped up, and that's going to be a chance, and nope, it will escape. Cooper Miller thought he had a moment to get that one, and then the wind kind of just gave it an extra boost and took it out of play. Bismarck Rep fans, the State A tournament be held right here in this field in Kindred. You can catch every single game of that State A tournament right here on Magnitude Sports. We'll also have the State AA in Dickinson. We'll also have the East Region Single A out of Castleton this year. All live on Magnitude Sports. 2-2. And that one's lifted up. Could be a chance here for first or second base. Looks like Carter Anderson wants it. And that records the third out. That'll strand 2 on base, and that'll do it for inning number 2. No runs scored in the Barnesville Grocery bottom half of the second. We move to the touch mark, top of the third for the Bismarck Reps. As nozzles fly out, will bring us to 8-9-1 for Bismarck. Carter Anderson, Braxton Dollinger, and Aiden Johnson. Carson Hagen with pitch 23. When we return after the break here on the Magnitude Sports Network, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
There's never a bored moment at Touchmark.
Here, it's always something going on. If I want to do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't.
The whole community has so much going on, activities for each day basically, and everything's right there.
There's always enough to keep me busy.
We have stuff day to day, such as gardening club, but we also have our big signature events like our Touchmark Woodstock event. There's never really a time to be bored if you don't want to be.
All right, welcome back to the Touchmark, top of the third, where the Bismarck Reps will bring up batters 8, 9, and 1 from their lineup. Carson Hagen on the mound would start inning 3 here with his 23rd pitch of the afternoon. It's the Shields Invite Tourney. It's the final day of the Shields Invite Tourney, and this is the consolation championship game here between Bismarck Reps and Barnesville Post 153, or at least that's what we're calling it. So the 2 B towns will get bragging rights here, depending on which B town wins this game. And right now, it's looking good for Bismarck. And diving for it there was Asher O'Brien, but it'll sneak by him into left field. It'll be a base hit and a runner on. Second hit of the game here for Bismarck. And now Braxton Dollinger. So a short single into shallow left. Past shortstop Asher O'Brien puts Anderson on base. Braxton Dollinger now is the batter. So just like in the top of the first, 1 pitch and a double. In the top of the third, 1 pitch and a single. And Bismarck, that's exactly how Bismarck scored in the top of the first. We'll see if they can do it again here with an extra 90 feet to work with. Strike called. Or even at 1-1. Once again, it's Carson Hagen on the mound. You got Cam Halverson behind the plate catching. Guarding first base is Peyton Amundsen. Peyton Apana at second. Ash O'Brien, the shortstop. Brady Nozzle at third. A swing and a miss there for strike 2. Max Olson in left field. Jay Chamberlain in center. Andrew Ellert in right field. Swing and a miss, and that is a Lee's Electric strikeout, his 3rd of the game for Carson Hagen. Brings up Aiden Johnson.
3rd strikeout of the game. Back to the top of the order with the center fielder, Aiden Johnson.
So 1 out on the Ratzels Pool Hall scoreboard now, and Aiden Johnson 1 for 1. As we go back to the top of the order, he took the first pitch and sent it all the way to the wall in left center field for a double. And 2 batters later, he would come in and score. He'd take third on a wild pitch, and then he would come in and score on a deep sac fly to left field. And that pitch will miss for a ball. And that accounts for the lone run in the game so far. And that one's hit well to left center field. And heading into third is Anderson, and he will stop there, and it is an RBI double. Or no, I'm sorry, scratch the RBI. It's just a straight double for Aiden Johnson.
Brings up the number 2 hitter, the shortstop, number 12, Tate Shaner.
So Tate Shaner, the batter now, with runners on second and third and only one out. Pitch 31, 22 strikes and 8 balls on 30 throws for Carson Hagen, who graduated this past spring from Barnesville High School. He'll just miss there for ball 1. Tate Shaner, the batter, last time he was up, he would send that sac fly to Max Olson. Or no, he would not. He would just fly out to Max Olson. It was a different batter who got the sac fly. It was I think it was Cooper Miller who got that sac fly, if I remember correctly. Big pitch here for Carson Hagen. We'll see if he can get strikeout number 4 and out number 2 on their Atzel's Pool Hall scoreboard here. That would be comforting with the situation. That one comes off the handle of the bat and popped up high, going towards center field. 3 people charging in, and it drops for a hit. Chumperland will toss it back in, but scoring from third is Anderson. It's 2-0 on the RBI double for Tate Shaner, or single, excuse me.
Brings up the catcher, number 14, Cooper Miller.
Johnson moved to third. Shaner will take second. On the throw. And it's 0-1.
Andrew, in about 5 steps. In.
Miller will spin away from that one. Miller did indeed have that sac fly to left to score the first run of the game. And now Bismarck finds themselves up 2-0. And this one hit hard. One bouncer knocked down by Nozzle. He'll fire it across, but the throw is off the mark. That'll be an error charge to the third baseman, Brady Nozzle, and that will allow another run to score. It'll allow 2 runs to score, and it's 4-0 now in favor of Bismarck on the error by Brady Nozzle.
Brings up the cleanup hitter, the left fielder, number 13, Gavin Bryce.
All right, so Tanner Grossclose is running on third for Cooper Miller. Gavin Bryce is the batter. He went down swinging on a Lee's Electric strikeout last time he was at the plate. And just making sure that he can see all edges of the home plate so that he can call strikes and balls accordingly. That's very vital. Once again, it's Gavin Bryce. Here's the pitch. Bryce swings and misses for strike 1. He went down swinging last time now. He's a third of the way of doing it again. We're 36 minutes into the ball game. Bismarck has taken a 4-0 lead. That pitch is low and out for a ball. It's 1-1. And we talked about this in the keys of the game, that Bismarck wanted to get a quick lead and get it early and continue to build on it. And that's what they're doing right now. Swing and a miss, strike 2. But also, as we mentioned, the pregame show, this game looking fairly similar to the game Barnesville played against West Fargo. That one popped up, and heading after it, making the catch is Carson Hagen. For the second out, he really had to hustle for that one. Now bring up Andy Brubakken.
And there's 2 down. Brings up the designated hitter, number 4, Andrew Brubakken.
So Carson Hagen was like, hey, none of my teammates know where that ball's at. I'm going to go after it. And that's exactly what he did. And a nice bunt there by Brubachen, but thrown up to first for the out. And that will prevent the run from scoring. So it's 4-0. They'll leave one stranded on base. Brubachen grounds out to first, or on a bunt on a 2-3. Grounds out to the catcher officially. But they get 3 in the top of the third. And now we move to the Barnesville Grocery home half of the third, where Barnesville will try and get some of those runs back when we return after this here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a moment. Hang on.
Barnesville Cenex is your one-stop shop in Barnesville for gas, snacks, beverages, and more, including fresh Sandy's Donuts each day of the week. Barnesville Cenex has the Caribou Coffee Kiosk open daily as well. Don't forget, you can pick up automobile supplies, and Barnesville Cenex is your hunting and fishing license headquarters. Barnesville Cenex. Call 218-354-2139 or stop in at 619 Front Street North in Barnesville. Barnesville Cenex wishes the Trojans the best of luck in today's game.
Ratzo's Pool Hall. You can find them at 205 Front Street in Barnesville. When you head over to Ratzo's Pool Hall, expect cold beverages, tasty and crispy pizza, as well as a friendly staff. Search for Ratzo's Pool Hall on Facebook. Give the page a like and follow so you can keep up to date with all the daily specials, new menu additions, and dates of special events such as karaoke and musical artists. Don't forget, if the Barnesville Trojans are playing, you can watch the game at Ratzo's Pool Hall. They invite you to stop by after the game. 205 Front Street in Barnesville, Ratzo's Pool Hall. Just a fun little place in a small town.
Welcome back. 4-0 in favor of the Bismarck Raps here on the Ratzo's Pool Hall scoreboard. And Barnesville, post 153, looking to respond. Like I said, they got off to a slow start against West Fargo, but West Fargo failed to score after the third inning of that game. Right now, we're in the bottom of the third. We'll see if Barnesville can pick it up. They were trailing a little bit more than 4-0 by the end of the third in that game against West Fargo. I believe it was 7-0 or 7-1, or no, 8-0 or 8-1. It was a 7-run game, so it must have been 8-1 is what I was told. And then Barnesville would hold West Fargo scoreless in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th innings and try and creep their way back into it, but would fall short 8-7. That one will escape, and there'll be ball 2 here to the leadoff batter, Carson Hagen. He was walked last time he was at the plate. It was a 4-pitch walk to Carson Hagen. And Hagen's seen 6 pitches, and he's up in the count 6-0. And there's a strike. 2-1 now. Or 6-1 in the game. Now, hard grounder to third. Astle cannot handle it. Picked up by Shaner, and Shaner's throw to first is off the mark. And that will be I think that'll be an error charge to the shortstop. It'll be an error, I can tell you that for sure.
That'll be an error charge with the third baseman.
Should be to the shortstop. Oh, wait, no. Well, yeah, I guess you could give an error to either one, because Astle should have picked it up. And then Shaner didn't get the throw over there. So, yes, I would agree with that. The first error was indeed given to the third baseman. Asher O'Brien now the batter. O'Brien showing bunt, pulls it back. Pitch low and out for a ball to O'Brien. It's 2-0. Once again, it's Carson Hagen here on first base for Barnesville. And that pitch will miss for a ball. This is pitch 45 for Flanagan. And that's low for ball 4. It's another 4-pitch walk here for Flanagan. It's his third 4th-pitch walk of the game. Colin Morey now will be a junior next year here for Barnesville. He grounded out directly to first on his last trip to the plate. He's 0 for 1 as a result. Here's the pitch, and it said it hit him, and Morey said it hit him on his, just below his left shoulder, or right above his left elbow, and that'll load the bases here, and here comes Barnesville. Peyton Amundsen fly out to shallow left field. It was more of a line drive out to left field into the glove of Gavin Bryce last time he was at the plate. I see we have some people following the game on iScore. Certainly appreciate you following the game. And I should have known that was going to happen, because every time we do a game for Bismarck, we get a whole bunch of followers on iScore. Every time we do a game for anybody else, nobody follows on iScore. 0-1, and that one hit him, and that will bring in a run. So it took 44 minutes for Barnesville to put a run on the board, and it came via bases loaded walk. So one of the easier RBIs Peyton Amundsen will get. And now we have a visit to the mound. This visit to the mound brought to you by Willow Creek Insurance in Bismarck, or in Fargo, in Barnesville. I'll get it right eventually. Been doing too many games in Bismarck and Fargo this year, I guess. Can't recall which city I need to talk about. So to reset here, you have Asher O'Brien on third, Colin Morey on second, Peyton Amundsen on first. Jay Chumperlin's the batter. He's 0 for 0. Chumperlin, last time he was at the plate, he was hit by a pitch. The two batters before him, Peyton Amundsen, Colin Morey, both hit by a pitch. So I think that's the fourth batter, I think it's the fourth batter he's hit today for Barnesville. So that visit to the mound will be like, hey, let's do this and this to kind of clean it up. Otherwise, next time I come visit you, you may not like the result type of a deal. See if Flanagan can rebound. No, he will hit his third batter in a row.
Chumperland is hit by a pitch. He also gets a run batted in. As O'Brien comes across the score.
So after Bismarck takes a 4-0 lead, they give half of those runs right back to Barnesville on 2 pitches. That one's high for a ball, I think. Okay. Thought I heard a grunt there. Usually a grunt means a strike, but no, it is 1 ball and no strike. May have been someone from the Barnesville dugout grunting. 1-0 pitch. Swinging and a miss. And that one was low. Maybe could have had ball 2 if you'd not taken the swing, but we'll never know for sure. So Flanagan with 50 pitches now. Here's pitch 51. That one's popped up and fouled away. Good for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes now the count here to Andrew Ellert. Peyton Pana is the batter on deck. Nobody out too. That's a big factor here right now for Bismarck. They need to figure out a way to get a couple outs on the board before run 3 comes in. It's a full count now at 3-2. He's hit the last 2, and the 2 prior to that he walked. Or no, he's hit the last 3, and the 2 prior to that he walked. And now he walks another one. So on the last 6 batters, he's walked 3 of them and he's hit 3 of them, and that brings in the 3rd run of the game for Barnesville, and Barnesville has not had to do anything to earn those 3 runs. And that will probably do it for Flanagan, as we're having another visit to the mound. Usually 2 visits in the same half inning will be a pitching change, and that's exactly what's going to happen here. Flanagan done with 54 pitches, 30 balls, and 24 strikes. He's given up 4 runs. He's hit 5 batters. He's walked 5 batters. I take that back. I have it right. 5 hit batters and 5 walked batters here in 2 innings of work officially, even though he started the 3rd inning. He doesn't have any outs yet, so he will not get credit for any work in the 3rd inning. But he will be responsible for Peyton Amundsen, Jay Chumplin, and Andrew Ellert, who are standing on base. Should they come in and score, there's a possibility that Flanagan could be charged with 7 outs. 7 runs, I meant to say. And we'll see here. Your new pitcher for Bismarck is going to be, let's take a look at the roster here. It is Andy Brubakken. So Andy Brubakken will come in and take over for Flanagan. Once again, Flanagan had 54 pitches. Now we'll reset to 0 here for Brubakken.
What do you got, Blue? DH comes in to pitch. DH came in to pitch.
So Brubakken will get a few more warm-ups here once again. Broadcast coverage of today's game brought to you by Barnesville Cenex, Touchmark of Bismarck, Maple River Grain and Agronomy, Ball Green Construction, Ratzel's Pool Hall, Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery, Lee's Electric, Barnesville Grocery, Barnesville Internet, Midwest Bank, Willow Creek Insurance, Barnesville Drug and Hardware, Agent Josh Wiechak at Priority Real Estate, Santana Concrete, Dean's Bulk Service, Four Hill Farms, The Pitchfork, CNS Clean and Restoration, Mainline Bar and Grill and Downer, and Halverson Farm. And if you haven't been to the Mainline Grill, you should go there. They have breakfast, and if you don't make it there for breakfast, I recommend the Nickinator chicken sandwich. It is something else. I order it almost, and the steak bites are good there too. So you can check out their Facebook page for all their breakfast specials through the week. I highly recommend whatever day they're doing the country fried steak to go there and get that. Yes, I know I'm making you hungry. I'm not regretting it. Pitch is low for a ball here to Peyton Pana. Pana 0 for 0 was thrown out on a sacrifice bunt that moved his teammates to 2nd and 3rd back in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And that pitch is low for ball 2. So the Raps pitchers here having issues early. Now this just could be the first few pitch type of thing here for Brubakken, but he's down in the count 2-0. Make it 2-1. It's half of that back. Once again, Peyton Pana is the batter. Andrew Ellert's on first. Jay Chumplin on second. Peyton Amundsen on third. Bases loaded. Nobody out. And that's a hit into left field past Wrigley Astle in third base. 1 run scores, 2 runs score. It's a 2-run RBI double for Pana, scoring Amundsen and Chumperlin, moving Ellert to third. And now all of a sudden Barnesville has a 5-4 lead. And there's still nobody out with 2 runners on second and third.
That'll bring up the catcher, number 14, Cam Halverson.
Cam Halverson struck out against Flanagan. So Flanagan responsible for Ellert on third. Then we can close the book on him if he comes in and scores. That pitch will miss, and it's ball 2 now here to Cam Halverson. So Peyton Pana on second is the responsibility of Brubakken on the mound now. And a strike is tossed. 2-1. And a little grounder towards third. Can Astle get it over in time? His foot came off the bag and he's safe. They'll charge an error to the third baseman, Astle. Ellert will come in and score on that error. Pana moves up to third. Halverson gets on base. Brady Nozzle now. So now we can close the book on Flanagan. Taking out for second. Safe. He got in front of the tag as the second baseman, Klein, was standing behind the base, which allowed Nozzle to veer off to the left and stay on the base paths and got him in to second, no problem. So now Barnesville in business, and this one fouled away, and it will stay foul. So Barnesville giving up 4 in the top of the third. They come back with 6 and still threatening. And that one's hit well, left field. Going back, and he will track it down. Gavin Bryce will make the catch. Tagging on third is Peyton Pana. And staying put on second is Halverson, and it's 7-4 in favor of Barnesville. So 1 out and a runner on second for Carson Hagan as we return it to the top of the order now. So 54 for Flanagan, 11 for Brubach, and that's a total of 65 pitches to get through the first 18 batters here for Barnesville. Halverson will get a nice lead off on second, and the pitch is low and into the dirt for ball 1. Hagan 0 for 1. He walked his first time up. He reached on an error charge to the third baseman last time he was at the plate. Pickoff attempt at second, but as you can see there in the corner of your right side of the camera there, that he got it back there safely. If only they would have built this press box, say, 7 feet further back than they did, we could get the whole field on camera. That one is fouled back for a strike, and it's 1-1 now. I was tempted to bring a set of equipment and set up in the bleachers behind home plate like I did last year for a couple of games. But then I was like, nah. Just one of those days. Ooh, and another batter is hit by a pitch. It's the 6th batter in this game that's been hit by a pitch. The first one by Brubachen. And now Asher O'Brien. 0 for 0. He's been up twice. He's been walked both occasions. If you're just tuning in, Barnesville scored all 7 of their runs here in the bottom of the third. They were trailing 4-0 coming into the Barnesville Grocery home half of the third. Now they find themselves up 7-4. There's only 1 out on the board. They have runners on first and second. And O'Brien's showing bunt. Pulls it back, pitches low, ball 2. Barnesville 2-1 in the invite. Bismarck 1-2 in the Shields invite. And the coach is coming out to the mound here to talk to Brubachen. It's the third visit to the mound in this bottom of the third for Bismarck. The first one to have a chat with Flanagan, the second one to pull Flanagan in favor of Brubachen, and now a chat with Brubachen. As Bismarck has, well, maybe the better way to phrase it is Barnesville's found a way to get back into this game and make it look like they're the ones in charge when Bismarck looked like they were the ones in charge early on. Once again, the State A tournament right here from Viking Varsity Diamond and Kindred. All 15 games right here on Magnitude Sports. All 18, 19 if needed, of the State AA tournament from Astoria Field and Dickinson right here on Magnitude Sports. And all 12, 13, I forget how many games are in the East Region A from Castleton, but all of them right here on Magnitude Sports. If anybody from Bismarck wants to do the West Region A on Magnitude Sports, reach out to me and let's talk. I think it's in Bismarck this year, but I can't remember. 4 teams from the East Region, 4 teams from the West Region will come here to Viking Varsity Diamond for that State A tournament coming up later this month. And it hit him. And another hits batsman for Barnesville. Asher O'Brien walked twice, now hit by a pitch. Barnesville had the bases loaded with no outs. Now they had the bases loaded with 1 out. Cameron Halverson is on third. Carson Hagen's on second. Pitch comes in for a strike here to Colin Morey. He'll be a junior this coming school year for Barnesville. He's 0 for 1 in this game. He grounded out to first, and last time he was up, he got an RBI via a hit by a pitch. So we'll see how much damage Barnesville can do this time with the bases loaded. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now here to Colin Morey. Peyton Amundsen is the batter on deck. Brubachen now 10 balls, 10 strikes on 20 throws. Actually, they have him for 23. I have him for 20. This will be pitch 25, and pitch 25 is sent out to left center field, and that'll be out number 2. Will Halverson tag? He will, and he'll come in and score, and the Trojans have doubled up the reps here in the bottom of the third. It's 8-4. Out number 2, sac fly. Runners stay put at first and second as Halverson scores and brings up Peyton Amundsen. It's the second sac fly of the game. Peyton Amundsen, a fly out to left and hit by a pitch for an RBI last time he was at the plate. That last time he was at the plate was in the bottom of the third. And right now in the bottom of the third. Amundsen fouls it off on an early swing, and it's strike 1. This is the 13th batter of the bottom of the third for Barnesville. And a throw into center field. And runners will stay put at their original bases. Pitch came across as a strike, I believe, and it's 0-1 as a result. Oh, 0-2. Can Brubachen get the reps out of this inning here? It's been an inning that they would like to forget. And the pitch. And he got strike 3 in there. It's the second strikeout of the game for Bismarck pitchers, and the first one for Brubakken. They will strand 2 on base, a couple of errors, and what do they get? 8 runs across the plate here in the bottom of the third. 13 batters, and 8 of them come across the plate. 2 get stranded, and the other 3 get out. And it will be batters 4, 5. Check that. It will be batters 6, 7, and 8. Wrigley Astle, Jordan Klein, Carter Anderson. Pending changes, Carson Hagen with pitch 41. And we return after this here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Welcome back. Barnesville takes an 8-4 lead after putting 13 batters to the plate in the bottom of the third. They get 8 of them across home plate and around the bases. 360 feet from home plate to home plate. And they did that successfully 8 times in the bottom of the third. So we'll see if Bismarck can get their bats going and respond here in the Touchmark top of the fourth. Touchmark with locations in both Bismarck and Fargo. And a little chopper towards third. And he got it there in time. Out, number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. You can't ask for better efficiency than that. Nozzle over to Amundsen for the 5-3. Jordan Klein now the batter. He grounded out to Nozzle on a 5-3 of his own last time he was at the plate. He represents batter 7 in the lineup here for the Bismarck Reps. And the pitch. And a strike is called, and it's 0-1. And there's strike 2. A pair of nice pitches there by Carson Hagen. Right in the heart of the strike zone. Halverson didn't have to do too much work behind the plate there to catch those. And that one's just a hair high for ball 1. That one's popped up and fouled away. We're even at 2 ball. Check that. It'll stay right at 1 and 2. For some reason I was thinking 2-1, but we're at 1 and 2, so we'll stay right where we're at there with that fouled away pitch. Strike, ball, and fouled away on the pitches so far. And pitch 5 is another grounder out there to Nozzle. And I'll just record myself saying Nozzle to Amundsen for the 5-3 and play it back maybe a few more times this game. Carter Anderson, he would sneak a single by Asher O'Brien. Bryan would dive, but it would get right by him. Pitch is high and in for a ball to Carter Anderson. That's one of 3 hits that, check that, one of 4 hits that Bismarck has in this game so far. Fouled away, we're even at 1-1. We're at 1 hour and 7 minutes time of the game here in the top of the 4th. And a hard hit ball to first, but it'll drift foul, and they'll put strike 2 on the board. 8-4 in favor of Barnesville here in the top of the 4th on the Ratzels Pool Hall scoreboard. Certainly appreciate you tuning in today. Welcome in the Bismarck fans, wherever you may be watching from. This one popped up, and looks like Amundsen might have a chance. No, he will not. Just got on that awkward spot of the field here at Kindred at Viking Varsity Diamond. And as a result, he was not able to make the catch, so it's fouled away, and it'll remain at 1-2, and now it's 2-2. So 53 pitches now here for Hagen. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And that one's right into the glove of second baseman Peyton Pana. And that is out 3, and that is a 1-2-3 inning here for Barnesville defensively on the Bismarck Reps. Jay Chumperland, Andrew Ellert, and Peyton Pana pending changes. Barnesville up 8-4 on the Ratzels Pool Hall scoreboard, and we go to the Barnesville Grocery half of the 4th when we return after this. Here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a moment here.
Touchmark provides a carefree lifestyle for our residents, and we are here with you the entire way.
I'm so happy I made the move to Touchmark.
There's always enough to keep me busy, and people are very friendly here. I enjoy that. It makes my day.
People get up and dance. I mean, it's such a joyful place to live. How can you not like it?
That sense of community is so strong. When I think of Touchmark, I just think big, but I think beautiful, and I think home.
Hey, it's Mike with Magnitude Sports. Check out this channel right here, Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. It's owned and operated by a family in Bismarck, North Dakota that I've known for over 2 decades. Kids have grown up into fine young men, and during their high school careers, some of them even played games that were broadcasted on Magnitude Sports. If you like hunting, fishing, general outdoor life, sunrise, sunset, everything hunting and fishing related, dogs, hunting dogs, they're the best. Then check out the channel and show them some love. Go to Fins and Feathers Outdoors. Subscribe to them today. Welcome back to the Barnesville Grocery, bottom of the 4th here at Viking Varsity Diamond, with the Barnesville Post 153 leading the Bismarck Reps 8-4 here after 3.5 innings of play. Jay Chumperland, Andrew Ellert, and Peyton Pana. It's batters 5, 6, and 7 in the lineup. Step up to the plate here in the home half of the 4th for Barnesville. Jay Chumperland in this game, he's seen 2 pitches. Both of them have hit him. He's reached base on both of the pitches that he saw, and both of them smack him in the arm. But this is his first at-bat against Brubakken. He swings and misses here for strike 1. One and 2 now here to Chumperland once again. He's seen more pitches on this plate appearance than he has in the entire game. And this one, he'll smack a hard one, and it gets through the legs of shortstop Shaner. And, well, yeah, I'm going to lean hit on that one unless I see something pop up on the scoreboard otherwise. But Nope, they're going to charge an error to the shortstop. And that could have gone either way, and I don't disagree with that.
The right fielder, number 5, Andrew Eller.
So that's the 4th error of the game, and they find themselves down 4 runs as a result of those 4 errors. Well, it's 4 runs out as a result of 3 of the errors, but we'll see if the 4th error cost them anything or not. Right now, it's only cost them a runner on first. Here's the pitch. That runner goes, and he cannot find it, and Chumplin reaches second base with no problems.
Chumplin steals second base.
Pitch comes across as ball 2 to Andrew Ellert. He's been to the plate twice. He's been walked on both occasions. One on a 4-pitch walk, the other one on a 5-pitch walk. And that one's fouled away, and we're at 2-1. Barnesville let a run score in the top of the first. They would trail 1-0 into the third, where Bismarck would tack on 3 more and take a 4-0 lead. And now Barnesville scored 8 unanswered, and they got a runner on second. And that's Jay Chumperlin looking for more. Nobody out, a base hit. Couldn't make it 9-4. Strike is called, a full count at 3-2. And a strike is called, and now strike him out. He'll go down looking. So a pair of walks and a strikeout looking, and Peyton Pana with a sacrifice bunt and a double down the third base line that scored 2 runs in the bottom of the third when Barnesville batted 13 batters. So every person who bats here in the bottom of the fourth, they batted twice in the bottom of the third. Well, let me rephrase that. The first 3 batters in the bottom of the fourth, they batted twice in the bottom of the third. And a hard hit ball towards third. That should be foul. Yep. Astle was getting ready to fire it over to first, but a delayed foul call from the official, but he made the right call. So 0-1 here to Peyton Pana. And the pitch missed. It a little bit too inside and maybe a hair high, and it's ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Chumperlin on second with 1 out in an 8-4 ball game here. We'll see if Bismarck can get out of this one without letting any runs across the plate. He'll look back at second a couple times, deliver the 1-2. A hard hit ball right up the middle, and it was not quite the cutter that Josh Almaris would like to see. But Chumperlin will move to third on the play, puts 2 outs on the board. Cam Halverson now 0 for 2, struck out swinging, reached base on an error. Charged the third baseman last time he was at the plate. He'll get contact and foul this one away for strike number 1. So there's 1 runner on base, and that's Chumperlin over on third. 8-4 in favor of Barnesville, 2 away. Can Bismarck get out of this inning here and maybe have a chance to cut into that deficit? We'll see. 0-1 delivery from Brubakken. And Brubakken's going to see that one on a 1-hopper to Shaner, and it's a 6-3 ground out that will strand the runner on base and end the 4th inning of play. 6-3 to end the 4th. Braxton Dollinger, Aiden Johnson, Tate Shaner. 9-1-2 for Bismarck pending changes. 8 in the 3rd, none in the 4th. Can the Reps get a couple back? We'll find out here when we return in a moment on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
There's never a bored moment at Touchmark.
Here, it's always something going on. If I want to do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't.
The whole community has so much going on, activities for each day basically, and everything's right there.
There's always enough to keep me busy.
We have stuff day to day, such as gardening club, but we also have our big signature events like our Touchmark Woodstock event. There's never really a time to be bored if you don't want to be.
The Purple Goose Eatery and Drinkery, located at 310 Front Street South in Barnesville, open every day from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. Burgers, salad, pizzas, sandwiches, they got you covered. Daily specials on all food and beverage items on the menu as well. They're located, once again, 310 South Front Street, Barnesville, 2 blocks from Barnesville Senior High School. Order online, purplegoose2go.com, or text your order to 218-321-1963. Welcome back to Viking Varsity Diamond here in Kindred, North Dakota. It's the final day of the 2023 Shields Invite Tournament. Barnesville 2-1 so far, and Bismarck 1-2. If Bismarck could win this, both teams would finish the tournament with a 2-2 record. But right now, after Bismarck got a 4-0 lead, Barnesville scored 8 unanswered, batting 13 in the bottom of the third. And now we'll see what Braxton Dollinger can do to help his reps get back into this one here. Hagen with pitch 55, and it's in for a strike. Hagen was able to strike out Dollinger. He went down swinging last time the two met with each other in this game. That pitch is a little low. It's ball 1. That's a well-hit ball left field, but not well enough. Max Olson is there, and he makes the catch. So 3 pitches in and out here in the top of the 5th. Brings up Aiden Johnson as we return to the top of the order here for Bismarck. Aiden Johnson has had a healthy day today at the plate. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of doubles. 1 to left field, 1 to left center. He took the first pitch of the game about 345 feet, rolled into the fence, put himself on second base. He would later come in to score 2 batters later on a sac fly tagging up from third. And at that point, Bismarck had a 1-0 lead. They were able to get 3 more in the third and nothing since then. 1-1 to Aiden Johnson. The 1-1 pitch, and that'll hit him. I think that's the first or maybe the second hit batter by Bismarck. There's been so many hit batters for Barnesville, I've lost count on the flip side of that. Tate Shaner is the batter now. He's 1 for 2. He would fly out to Max Olson in left field, and then he would get a single into center. And strike 1 here on the pitch from Hagen. 0-1. So runner on first once again is Aiden Johnson. It's 1 away here in the top of the 5th. Bismarck down 4. Runner goes, and the throw to second will... Nice snag there by Asher O'Brien to keep that ball from going into center field, and that'll move Johnson up to second on the stolen base. So now you can see Aiden Johnson there leading off, getting a healthy lead off on second. Hard hit ball towards the shortstop. They'll go back over to first, and it's off the mark. And now coming in to score is Aiden Johnson. And that'll be an error.
Aiden Johnson scores, and Tate Shaner reaches second base on the throw by the shortstop. Brings up the catcher, number 14, Cooper Miller.
Cooper Miller, the batter now. 0 for 1 with a sac fly to score 1 run, number 1 of the game, and then he reached on an error last time he was at the plate.
That one's heading to left field, and it stays fair. It bounces right inside the line, about 320 feet down into left field. That will bring in another run here for Bismarck, and it's now 8-6.
Stand up double for Miller. Score Shaner. Cuts the lead down to 8-6. Courtesy running for the reps. For the catcher will be number 3, Tanner Gross.
All right, so Tanner Grossclose will come in and run for the catcher who got the RBI double to left field. And now Bismarck's right in it, and a nice grab there by Asher O'Brien. He'll fire it over to first in the stretch, and he's out. But they score another run. Or no, they do not. No, they do not. Grossclose stops at third. That's the new batter who's at home plate right now.
For the reps, number 13, Gavin Bryce.
They get the second out on that 6-3 ground out on a nice play by shortstop Asher O'Brien. Now Andy Brubakken now. Potentially a swing of the bat away from having an 8-8 game. Brubakken does have some pop in his bat. If he can get the pitch that he's looking for, he could send it a long ways. One and 0 to Brubakken. And Brubakken, hard hit ball past the third baseman Nozzle. That will score Grossclose, and it's 8-7.
Official scoring is an E5. Error on the third baseman. That scores the pinch runner, Grossclose.
They're pretty cruel to the positional players here at Viking Varsity Diamond there. They're going to charge that as an error. Wrigley Astol, the batter, 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts, both of them to third. So after giving up 8 in the third, runner goes, and it's a hit and run play, and out to left field, Max Olson retires the top of the 5th. They strand one on base, and we go now to the middle of the 5th. The Trojans are clinging to a 1-run lead after giving up, should say 3 there. No, it shouldn't. Yeah, it should say 3 there. Oh, we'll fix that. We'll be back in a moment here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Call, text, email Jack, Rhonda, or Terry with questions and get a quote today.
Welcome back to Viking Varsity Diamond here in Kindred, North Dakota. We head to the Barnesville Grocery bottom of the 5th, and Barnesville bring up batters 9, 1, and 2. Pending changes, there'll be Brady Nozzle, and it is indeed him stepping up to the plate. And then the top of the order, and Carson Hagan and Asher O'Brien.
Now batting for the Trojans, the third baseman, number 7, Brady Nozzle.
Nozzle, for one, he has a fly out to left, sack fly, and now he's going to left field again, and foul, and racing over there, but cannot make the play. So the ball will sneak out of play.
Hey guys, need someone go back him up to the bullpen for the ball to get away.
So that'll be strike one to Nozzle. And a check swing, and it will drop fair somehow, some way. And a nice stretch there by Carter Anderson. That will be ruled as a 2-3 ground out to the catcher.
Nozzle is out on the ground out, brings us to the top of the order. The pitcher, number 11, Carson Hagen.
Yeah, I think Nozzle thought that was probably going to go foul, and then when he realized it wasn't, he took off running. And if he would have took off running right away, he may have been safe at first. But we'll never know for sure. And now it's one away, and Carson Hagen reached on an air and was hit by a pitch. This is his fourth trip to the plate today here at the 1 hour and 28-minute mark of the ball game. And he'll swing. Hard ground ball over to Astle at third, and across the diamond. He did not, I think he's safe. Or, yeah, he's obviously safe because he's taken out for second.
Hagen reaches on the throwing man. That'll bring up the shortstop, number 1, Asher O'Brien.
So Barnesville with a runner on second as a result of that error. So a quick 3-0 count here to Asher O'Brien, who's already been walked twice in this game. And he was hit by a pitch last time. So he's reached base on every single plate appearance. And that's ball 4, and he'll reach base once again. Runners on first and second, brings up Colin Morey.
O'Brien draws a walk, brings up the designated hitter, number 15, Colin Morey.
And now the umpires are going to get together and have a chat here for a moment. Bottom of the fifth, and 8-7 is our score. Colin Morey is the batter. He'll face pitch 52 here from Andy Brubachen. 21 balls and 30 strikes, according to my numbers. And that one will miss for a ball, and it's 1-0. 1 hour, 31 minutes time of the game now. Throw to second, and back in time. Carson Hagen on second, Asher O'Brien on first. Colin Morey, the batter. 1 ball, no strike. And the 1-0 pitch. High, ball 2. And the 2-0. That one's high for ball 3. And now Brubachen is in danger of loading the bases with 1 out here. Peyton Amundsen is the batter on deck for Barnesville, pending a change. And a strike is thrown there, so Brubachen will cash in his free strike coupon. It's 3-1 now. 3-0 pitch. Blasted into right field. And that will load the bases on a base hit single here for Colin Morey as Hagen will put on the brakes at third. And now clear the count for Peyton Amundsen.
Base hit for Colin Morey, loads the bases.
And time is called here.
Up the first baseman.
And will we have another pitching change? I have a hunch we might. Yes, we will. Brubachen is done. 56 pitches, 32 strikes, and 24 balls. He'll be responsible for all three runners on base. And we'll have our third pitcher of the game here for Bismarck. We'll tell you who that is when we return after this here on Magnitude Sports.
Touchmark provides a carefree lifestyle for our residents, and we are here with you the entire way.
I'm so happy I made the move to Touchmark.
There's always enough to keep me busy, and people are very friendly here. I enjoy that. It makes my day.
People get up and dance. I mean, it's such a joyful place to live. How can you not like it?
That sense of community is so strong. When I think of Touchmark, I just think big, but I think beautiful, and I think home.
Are you looking to buy or sell your home? Maybe you need a summer getaway. Contact Josh Weedcheck, your local hometown licensed real estate agent with Priority Real Estate in Barnesville. Josh will assist you in finding a new home for you and your family. Whether it's a pre-existing home or a lot available to build your own dream home, call or text Josh today, 218-790-2477. Priority Real Estate, wishing the Trojans the best of luck in today's game. All right, it's Jordan Klein on the mound, and he'll flip-flop with Andy Brubachen. Andy Brubachen moves to second. Jordan Klein moves from second to the mound.
Birthday cake or cookies and cream. And we also have Ease Diner Polar Bars out of Barnesville. So birthday cake and chocolate-covered vanilla and drumsticks. So thank you to Ease Diner out of Barnesville for those polar bars, I should say.
If you've never been to Dee's Diner in Barnesville, it is about 200 feet or less than a football field away from the Pitchfork, just on the outskirts of Barnesville. It's only open certain months of the year, so I highly encourage you to go there sooner than later. They are not a sponsor, at least not yet, but we're going to give them a free plug this time around anyway.
Changes. Blue, what do you got for changes?
Second pitcher.
Us? What do you got for changes?
So Brubachen takes over, Andy Brubachen moves to second base, and Jordan Klein takes over on the mound. It's a straight switch from second and pitcher. And that's your only changes that I'm aware of here in this contest, or in this game. Base hit left field. That will score a run. That'll bring in Hagen from third. And he's safe. Ash O'Brien slides in underneath the tag as well. And 2-run score on that base hit.
2-run single for Peyton Amundsen. The runners advance on the throw to the plate. For the reps, the new pitcher. It's the second baseman, Jordan Klein, and Andrew Brubachen goes from pitcher to second base. Now batting for the Trojans, center fielder Jay Trumperlin.
So Barnesville gets 2 of the 3 scored by Bismarck in the top of the 5th back here in the Barnesville Grocery, bottom of the 5th inning. And Trumperlin, I thought for a moment that was fair, but it just drifted foul. That would have been an easy 2-run single, if not a 2-run double. So Bismarck's still in it at the moment here with 1 out. But the key here is to not give up runs 11 and 12, and they're in scoring position right now for Barnesville. So fouled away pitch will make the count 0-2 here. Klein will lean in. This is his 4th pitch of the game. Not check that back, his 5th pitch. And now miss for a ball, and it's 1-2 as a result. And throw to third, and he's back in time. Pitch came across as a ball. It's 2-2. Pitch 7 for Klein, and there'll be a drop third strike. And he'll throw it up to complete the out. Runners will stay put on second and third, 2 away, and now Andrew Ellert will be the batter.
Klein records his first strikeout. That'll bring up the right fielder, number 5, Andrew Ellert.
So with the drop third strike, that is the 4th batter. That's the 4th Barnesville batter who's been struck out today. 2 by Flanagan, 1 by Brubachen, and now 1 by Klein. And that first pitch there to Ellert is down low for ball 1 into the dirt. Ellert 0 for 1, walk, and a strikeout looking. That one will land for a base hit. Rounding third is Peyton Amundsen, and that'll be a 2-run single.
RBI single.
It would be a 1-run single.
That ends the inning. Barnesville Trojans come up with 3 runs that inning.
And as a result, Ellert will reach on a fielder's choice. Morey scores, Amundsen out. That means they leave 1 stranded on base, and we end the 5th inning of play with Barnesville leading 11-7. So the 3 they gave up in the 5th, they got all back, and we're back to an 8-4 ball game in theory. And we move to the 6th inning here. We'll see if the Bismarck Reps can play catch up. We send the keys to the game. That's something they did not want to do, but now they're forced to do it. Can they overcome it? We'll find out here in a moment or two here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Call, text, email Jack, Rhonda, or Terry with questions and get a quote today. Newell will set it up near side. Lexi Ballgreen kick, and it's a kill for Ballgreen. That pulls the Barnesville Trojans within a point. They get the serve back. Inquest works out the shotgun again. He's looking deep, and he's got a man with a little bit of room. It bounces off the back of the neck of a Barnesville Trojan, and it's intercepted. Gannon Ballgreen will get the deflected pass.
The ball is intercepted on the deflection by number 6, Gannon Ballgreen.
Welcome back. A new pitcher for Barnesville is number 22, Alex Dorton. A few of the other defensive changes here for Barnesville. Brady Nozzle moves from third to right field. Carson Hagan moves from the mound to third base. And to the best of my knowledge, that's the only changes.
Second baseman, Jordan Klein.
So the first pitch here for Dorton will miss for a ball. Jordan Klein 0 for 2 on a pair of groundouts on a 5-3 to third. And this pitch is low for ball 2. So 2-0 count now here to Dorton.
Number 22, Alex Dorton.
Nice strike. 2-1. Once again, I want to thank everybody tuning in, whether you're watching from Barnesville cheering on the Trojans, or if you're watching from Bismarck cheering on the Raps. Not much to cheer about on that play. It's an easy 4-3 ground out from Peyton Pana to Peyton Amundsen. But we wish your team the best of luck here in the final
Rounding up the defensive changes.
1.5 innings.
Brady Nozzle goes out to right field for the Trojans. And the pitcher, Carson Hagen, moves over to third base. For the Raps, the first baseman, number 2, Carter Anderson.
Carson Hagen had 68 pitches, 17 balls, 51 strikes, gave up 7 runs on 5 hits. And he stranded 2 Bismarck runners on base.
Apologies once again, the right fielder, number 15, Braxton Donlin.
This is Braxton Dollinger at the plate. Trying to figure out what happened to Carter Anderson. He's not on base, and there's only 1 out, unless there's supposed to be 2 outs. I guess I've just been informed I'm not the only one who's confused, so I guess I can accept that now. Swing and a miss. It'll be a drop third strike, and they'll complete the throw out up to third or up to first, and that will be the second out. They must have skipped Carter Anderson. I can't say that officially, but we will not count him as out. Usually that's what they do if you skip a batter, is that batter's out. But so it's Aiden Johnson now with 2 away.
Now batting center fielder, number 7, Aiden Johnson.
Aiden Johnson 2 for 2, double-double and a hit by a pitch. Both doubles went to left center. And it's 2 balls and no strikes now here. The Bismarck Senators game just went final. They lost 12-2 to the Post 400 Astros. So an update for the Bismarck fans there on your Senators team. That pitch will be missed for ball 3. So 3-1 the count now here to Aiden Johnson. The DGF Post 397 has defeated West Fargo Vets 4-0 in the final game of their pool or their field of the Shields Invitational. And a swing and a miss for strike number 2. And now he'll walk. Aiden Johnson will reach base for the 4th time today. On 2 doubles, a hit by a pitch, and now a walk. And now Tate Shaner is the batter. Strike is called. Shaner 1 for 3, a fly out to left, a single to center, reach base on an error. Runner goes up to second, throws into right field, and that'll be a stolen base for Aiden Johnson.
Stolen base for Aiden Johnson.
Max, on the throw to third. We got to back up.
So 1 ball, 1 strike here to Tate Shaner. And Bismarck has a runner in scoring position, 11-7. It's not as big of a 5-run deficit as that scoreboard may make you think it is. Check that 4-run deficit. And I was just telling somebody earlier today that my strongest class in high school was math, and I just failed there. 1-2. Runner goes, and they'll let him go to third. They do not care. It'll be another stolen base for Johnson. And Shaner now faces 2 balls and 2 strikes. I did get A's until pre-calculus when I got a C-, and I was done at that point. And that one hits him. So runners on the corners now after the hit by a pitch to Shaner. Now bring up Cooper Miller, the scheduled batter, catcher.
Number 14, Cooper Miller.
Cooper Miller's had a decent day, a sac fly to left to score the first run of the game. Then he reached on an error, and then he hit a double down the third base line. And now Cam Halverson will step in front of the plate and give some signals to his teammates. Outfield playing somewhat deep. Infield playing deep. And now a pass ball. Halverson couldn't find it. That will allow Johnson to score, or also allow Shaner to go out to second.
Aiden Johnson scores on the wild pitch. Shaner moves up to second.
1-0 to Cooper Miller. And it's now 11-8. And like I said, Bismarck's not out of this. They may be down, but too many more pitches like that from Dorton will put Bismarck right in this game. And it's 2 balls and no strikes now here at the 1 hour 50-minute mark of the game. So the 2-0 from Dorton. That one's into the dirt. It's 3-0. One in the 6 here so far. And they got Shaner on third, 90 feet away from doubling that one up. It's ball 4. And now runners on the corners once again here for Bismarck. And that brings the tying run to the plate, Gavin Bryce. We'll have a courtesy runner here from Miller. I'm going to guess it's gross close. If it's number 3, it is.
Courtesy running.
And it is.
For the Raps is number 3, Tanner Grossclose.
So Tanner Grossclose takes over the running responsibilities on first. You got Tate Shaner over on third, and the batter's Gavin Bryce. Bryce 0 for 3 today. Struck out swinging, then he'd pop out on a nice play by Cameron Halverson, who came from the mound and caught it right in front of the Bismarck dugout there when all of his teammates couldn't find it. And now that one's fouled away. 1-1. And then on his recent at-bat, he would ground out to the shortstop. One ball, 1 strike. Runners on the corners, 2 away, and the pitch. Low, ball 2. Well, this is an interesting game. That is for sure. We'll see if Bismarck can rally here and make things interesting going into the bottom of the 6th. They got 1 so far. If they can pull in Shaner from third to make it 11-9, that'd make things a little bit more manageable here with 2 away, possibly heading into the top of the 7th. Their defense would have to hold in the bottom half of the 6. But if it could, then there's certainly a possibility here that Bismarck has an opportunity to tie this ball game up, if not take the lead. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Once again, 2 outs. Yeah, and now the umpire's coming to talk to the Barnesville Barnesville. See, you know, can't get him on camera, but he's down there talking to the Barnesville coach. They're discussing on whether or not Bismarck's batting out of order. If it's discovered that they have, that would end the inning. And it looks like they will claim that it did not happen, I guess. So, and I was kind of wondering about that a couple batters ago. Ball 3 now, full count here to Gavin Bryce. And he walks him, and the bases are loaded. And I'll bring up Andy Brubachen. At least he's a scheduled batter, and that is indeed Andy Brubachen. Gross close moves to second on the walk that loads the bases. Shaner on third, Gross close second, Bryce on first, Brubachen the batter, and a visit to the mound here for Barnesville. This visit to the mound brought to you by Willow Creek Insurance in Barnesville. Whether you need renter's insurance, car insurance, business insurance, or any other type of insurance, contact the crew at Willow Creek Insurance in Barnesville. They'll do all the hard work for you, get you the quotes, and let you choose which one you want to take. I personally have my renter's insurance from Willow Creek Insurance, and it hasn't disappointed me yet. Very affordable. Once again, this visit to the mound has been brought to you by Willow Creek Insurance. So they'll leave Dorton on the mound after a chit-chat. We're at 1 hour and 54 minutes into the ball game here.
Now batting for the Reps, the pitcher, number 4, Andrew Brubachen.
Andy Brubachen 0 for 3, struck out swinging, grounded out to the pitcher, reached on an error. And here he swings, and it'll be strike 1. Missed outside, ball 1. That one hit well, deep and high to left field, but not deep enough. Max Olson's there for the catch. That is out 3. So Bismarck will leave the bases loaded here in the top of the 6th, and a great opportunity to cut into that deficit. They do get 1, but unfortunately they didn't get more than 1. And now their defense is going to have to step up to try and keep it 11-8 moving into the 7th. We'll see if the Trojans, Barnesville Post 153, can tack on any insurance runs when we return after the break here on Magnitude Sports. Be right back. Stay tuned. Set it up.
Barnesville Cenex is your one-stop shop in Barnesville for gas, snacks, beverages, and more, including fresh Sandy's Donuts each day of the week. Barnesville Cenex has the Caribou Coffee Kiosk open daily as well. Don't forget, you can pick up automobile supplies, and Barnesville Cenex is your hunting and fishing license headquarters. Barnesville Cenex. Call 218-354-2139 or stop in at 619 Front Street North in Barnesville. Barnesville Cenex wishes the Trojans the best of luck in today's game.
All right, we rejoin here in the bottom of the 6th. Barnesville talking with the umpires again. Still going over that scenario where they possibly batted out of order. And after reviewing it during the commercial break there, what we believe happened is that Bismarck skipped over one of their batters, which is what got me confused and which got a couple others here in the press box confused. And if my understanding of the rule is right, the Barnesville coach would have to bring that up when it happens. But he brought it up a couple batters after it happened, and as a result, I don't think the umpires can do anything about it. In an 11-8 game, and if it was 11-4 or 11-3, I'd probably let this one go. 11-8, maybe you could let it go. I guess it depends on how much confidence you have in your bats and your defense for one more inning of work. But I don't, like, even if Barnesville coach were to successfully argue his case here with the umpires, I don't know what they would do. Would they start Bismarck with 1 out in the top of the 7th? I doubt it. That'd be about the only compromise the officials could make, but in my humble opinion, they shouldn't make that compromise if they were even, like, I don't even know if they were considering it. I don't know what took so long to chit-chat, but I think that issue is in the past now, I think. Peyton Pana is the batter, 1 for 2. He had a sac bunt, and then he would double to left field, and then he would ground out to the second baseman. Takes a strike here. It's 1. Hang on, it should be 1-1, I think. Okay, yep. And now the scoreboard in the outfield agrees with me. Now it's 2-1. So Barnesville would like to get an insurance run or two if they could here. Down to 2-2 now on the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 hours into the ball game. First pitch at 1:24. And this one served up, shallow right. Charging in is Dollinger, and nice grab there by second baseman Brubakken. Records that first out. That one's hit well to right field. Chasing after it there's Dollinger. He made it. No, he could not make the diving catch. It'll be a fair ball and a base hit for Halverson. He's going to try for third. Here comes the throw, and he is safe. A triple for Cam Halverson to right field on a diving play by the right fielder, which allowed him the extra base, and he never gave up. He kept going, and now bring up Brady Nozzle.
That'll bring up the right fielder, number 7, Brady Nozzle. Here we go, Brad.
So a runner on third with 1 out via triple to right for Halverson, and Barnesville's in a position to record that insurance run now. Fouled away, strike 1. Barnesville just needs a base hit to assure that insurance run. And the pitch, and they will, ooh, that one hit Halverson. Is he out? Oh, he was in foul territory, got it. And that one's foul off the first base side. We'll stay at 0-2.
Here you go, Sam.
And that one is a diamond cutter up the middle. And that's an RBI single diamond cutter sponsored by Josh Almaris. And it is 12-8 in favor of the Barnesville Post 153.
For the Trojans, brings us to the top of the order. The third baseman, number 11, Carson Hagen.
Carson Hagen now, the batter. You could tell I've been waiting to say that. I'm expecting Josh to pay me some money for that since he sponsored it. 0-1. Runner goes, and that one's hit well to center field. And making the catch is Aiden Johnson, and the throwback to first will not be in time as Nozzle will get back quickly. That's the second out, and now bring up Asher O'Brien.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 1, Asher O'Brien.
Two outs with a runner on first. And that one's popped up way high. And the first baseman, Anderson, makes the catch. They'll strand one on base. That ends the 6th inning. They get one across. They take a 12-8 lead, and the Reps will need at least 4 to assure the bottom of the 7th. Remove now to the touch mark of Bismarck, top of 7th for the Bismarck Reps. And due up for the Reps will be batters 6, 7, and 8 when we return after this here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Stay tuned.
There's never a bored moment at Touchmark.
Here, it's always something going on. If I want to do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't.
The whole community has so much going on, activities for each day basically, and everything's right there.
There's always enough to keep me busy.
We have stuff day to day, such as gardening club, but we also have our big signature events like our Touchmark Woodstock event. There's never really a time to be bored if you don't want to be.
All right, welcome back to the Touchmark, top of the 7th. Bismarck Reps need to find a way to get 4 runs, 4 more, 4 minimum, 5 or more would be nice. And the Trojans defense looking to step it up here. As, do we have the same pitcher? We do. Alex Dorton remains on the mound here. We're at 2 hours, 7 minutes, time of this ball game here at Viking Varsity Diamond and Kindred on the final game of the 2023 Kindred, let me try that again, on the final game of the 2023 Shields Invite Tournament. Hold that Viking Varsity Diamond Field here in Kindred, along with 3 other locations. Starring Bank Field in Fargo, Young Field in West Fargo, and Jack Williams up in North Fargo. And of all the non-turf fields of those locations, Viking Varsity Diamond here is one of the best. Viking Varsity Diamond has turf for the pitching mound. Everything else is dirt and grass. So batters 6, 7, and 8, and I didn't name the batters because I wasn't sure if they're going to make any changes. Looks like Wrigley Astle is the batter. Pitch is low for a ball, 1-0. Astle's 0 for 3. Pair of groundouts to third and a fly out to left. And now the Barnesville coach is coming out to have some words once again. So they're going back to the discussion of batting out of order, and they said that they watched the live stream on Magnitude and heard me made the comments last inning. So now they're trying to use our replay as leverage to get something done, I guess. I have to admit, that's probably one of the first times that I've played a role in something that happened on the field. So I might be watching this game, the last couple innings of this game over and over again to see how I can prevent that from happening in the future or make it happen more in the future. They don't normally have instant replay here in Legion Baseball in North Dakota, but so they're discussing who should be at bat right now for Bismarck. If the Barnesville coach wins this discussion, they'll earn them a free out. And in all honesty, the Barnesville coach came out and said that they were a batter behind. In all honesty, he's right, because I had to manually skip that batter a couple innings ago. And in all honesty, it should be batter 5, 6, and 7, and not 6, 7, and 8 here in the top of the 7th. And in addition to my confusion, we looked at the scorebook up here in the press box, and they were just as baffled as I was. They had a skip batter in their scorebook as well. So let's see here. It's number 16. So that's Wrigley Astle, and he was the batter before the discussion. Now he's the batter here, and I believe that the Barnesville coach has lost his argument here with the umpires. But that's not to say that I agree with the umpire's decision, because I think Bismarck did skip a batter. But like I said an inning ago, I'm pretty sure, if I know the rules correctly, that the coach has to bring it up the moment it happens and not later. And now Astle will get hit by a pitch.
Astle is hit by a pitch.
So unless there's something in the rules that I'm not understanding. and I don't think it's it has nothing to do with the difference in the rules between North Dakota and Minnesota, because I'm pretty sure that particular rule is the same in both states. And that one will get away, and Astle will work his way up to second. And that'll be ball 2 or ball 1 or ball 2. I know it's at least ball 1. We'll see if it's a 1-0 or 2-0 count, if the official will help us out or not. This is not Jordan Klein. It is number 3. It is Tanner Grossclose. It is 2-1, I was just told. And now he gets hit by a pitch, and that puts 2 runners on and brings up Carter Anderson, unless they schedule another change here. So now Carter Anderson is the scheduled batter, and that's the batter that they were talking about if he was skipped or not. In my opinion, he was skipped. And the only reason why I know that is because I'm getting a notification saying that I skipped this batter last time he was up. So in order to possibly prevent any further discussion, they're going to take Anderson out and replace him with, it looks like, Isaac Lewis. And that's probably not why they're switching him out, but throw a little extra coals in the fire there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, it is 1 ball, 1 strike. Now it's 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 hours and 12 minutes. That's I'm still pretty pumped about that. It didn't matter which team it went for or against. I still would have been pumped up about that. That coach looked at our broadcast and went up and questioned an umpire. And that one will walk him. And that will load the bases now. And now Braxton Dollinger is the scheduled batter. Who are they going to send up? Looks like we'll have a visit to the mound here. It'll be number 10. So Braxton Dollinger will be replaced by Charlie Vig. Charlie Vig had an older brother that played for the Bismarck Governors. Looks like Barnesville's going to make a pitching change. It possibly is going to be Brady Nozzle coming in. Looks like they're waving into the right field there, asking somebody to come in, and looks like Brady Nozzle will indeed come in. So we'll have a pitching change here for Barnesville. So it's going to be a straight switch from Dorton and Nozzle. Nozzle comes from right to pitcher. Dorton goes from pitcher to right. Oh, never mind. Hang on a second. Dorton will move out to right field. I know that much for sure. And then the pitcher will be Asher O'Brien. And then let's see here. We got Amundsen at first, trying to catch the jersey numbers. The third one behind the pitcher would be our new second baseman. Or, I'm sorry, new shortstop. See if we can get any confirmation on who's standing there. So Carson Hagan now moves to second base. So Peyton Amundsen at first, Carson Hagan at second. Still waiting to identify those other twos there as Asher O'Brien warms up. And it will be 11-7. Or no, it'll be, okay, never mind. They were standing in the wrong spot. So Carson Hagan will stay put at third. And it will be Brady Nozzle coming in from right field to play shortstop. So around the bases, Peyton Amundsen at first, Peyton Pana at second, Brady Nozzle at short, Carson Hagan at third, and the new pitcher is Asher O'Brien. Charlie Vig, as I was mentioning, he had an older brother that played for the Bismarck Governors who I believe is now playing college ball. I was looking at the website earlier. I can't remember which college, though.
Pinch hitting for the Reps will be number 10, Charlie Vig.
And if Charlie's anything like his older brother, he could... Ooh. Bouncing ball over to first for the out. Run will score. So a 4-3 RBI groundout scores Wrigley Astle from third. Tanner Grossclose moves up to third. Isaac Lewis up to second. First base is unoccupied. And Aiden Johnson's a scheduled batter, and he's knocked a couple doubles out to left center in the early parts of this game. Since those two doubles, he was hit by a pitch and he walked. So he's reached base on all 4 of his plate appearances here in this game so far. Striking a fouled away pitch makes it 0-2. And that'll just miss for a ball. So 12-9, if Aiden Johnson hits a 3-run home run, we're tied up at 12. It's as simple as that. I'm not saying he will, but he's come close to hitting 2 home runs today already. 2-2 now. Tate Shaner is the scheduled batter on deck, pending a change. That pitch is high. We have a full count. One more pitch like that from O'Brien, and the bases will be loaded once again. Just hit the 2-hour, 18-minute mark, and that is ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Tate Shaner is the scheduled batter, and it will indeed be Shaner.
Now batting the shortstop, number 12, Tate Shaner.
And that one's fouled back and away for strike 1. And that one, no, not quite a diamond cutter, but they'll go to first. Not in time. He's safe. He was able to run it out, and I think they might charge an error to the second baseman there.
Shaner reaches first base on the air. Grossballs comes across the score.
So the bases remain loaded and a run scores. It's 12-10, and Bismarck's creeping their way back. 1 ball, no strikes. Cooper Miller, the batter. Sac fly to left, reached on an error, a double to left, and a walk. And that's called a ball, and it's 2-0 here to Cooper Miller.
Cooper Miller.
And a hard hit ball that will land. No, it will be caught by Max Olson. And Isaac Lewis didn't stay put, so he can't tag. And now there's 2 outs with the bases loaded. Cooper Miller flies out. Gavin Bryce, the scheduled batter.
Now batting, left fielder, number 13, Gavin Bryce.
They just need a base hit to tie the game. It's as simple as that. They need 1 base hit to bring in Lewis from third and Johnson on second. Will be knotted up at 12. So this is a big at-bat here for pitcher Asher O'Brien. And that will just miss for ball 2. 2-1 now here to Gavin Bryce. I think it's Bryce. 13. Yep, 13. And that one's high for ball 3. O'Brien needs a strike here. He cannot afford to give up a bases loaded walk. Swing and a miss, and he got that strike, and he needs 1 more like that now. Swung on, and then that is too short, and it's a 6-3 ground out, and that will do it. Barnesville hangs on. They strand 3 on base here in the top of the 7th. They get 2 across, but they needed 2 more. And they will fall 12-10 here. The Bismarck Reps will. The Barnesville Post 153. So if the batter was Skip, no harm done. Barnesville comes away with the victory. And that will wrap it up here for the 2023 Shields Invite. Congratulations to all the teams. Barnesville, a strong 3-1 showing here in the Shields Invite, and the Bismarck Reps fall to 13-9 overall and 1-3 in the Shields Invite, while Barnesville improves to 11-10 overall on the season. Thank you so much for tuning in. For Mike and Wendy and Josh and anybody else who helped out this weekend here at the Shields Invite Tourney. So much appreciate their efforts to make this all happen. And it's been some fun baseball here today. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for us. Taking a look at our schedule, you can find it online at magnitudesn.com. You can follow us on our social medias. You can also follow us by searching Magnitude Sports on the brand new Threads social media account. We'll get that added to our screen here in the near future. But once again, just like Instagram, search Magnitude Sports on Threads, and you can follow us on that new social media called Threads. Taking a look at the upcoming schedule here, we have no time off. We are right back here at Viking Varsity Field tomorrow for more tournament action. The Kindred Babe Ruth team will have a game versus a opponent to be determined, or if it's been determined, I haven't been told yet. And then Tuesday, Williston Keybirds will host the Fargo Post 400 Stars. Wednesday, we have Kindred and Devil's Lake. Kindred Legion A taking on Devil's Lake. I believe that's a doubleheader, even though it's only showing one game on our schedule. But I do believe that's a doubleheader. And then Dakota Fusion will have their playoff game against Med City. If they win, they move on in the playoffs. If they lose, their season comes to a conclusion on Wednesday night. Well, that's true. It'll be a tough matchup. Those two played to a 1-1 draw last time. This time, there are no draws. Somebody has to win. So we'll see who wins that one on Wednesday. And then Thursday, we head to Western North Dakota as the Dickinson Rough Riders host the West Fargo Patriots. And also on Thursday here at Viking Varsity Diamond, it's the Kindred Post 117 Legion A team taking on a very good Wahpeton Post 20 team. That should be an interesting matchup there. Wahpeton and Kindred, those two will battle it out, as that will be an important game in the standings heading into the East Region Tournament. Now, of course, Kindred, no matter what happens in that East Region Tournament, will get an automatic bye into the state tournament since they host it. But they could still get some seeding. The one thing that they want to do is place in the top four instead of the bottom four, and then that would help them seeding wise. Even though they get the spot, even if they lose out the rest of the season, they'd get a spot in the state tournament. So, and then Friday, the Mandan Chiefs host the West Fargo Patriots from BNC National Bank Field in Mandan. I'll be there for the call on that one. The Stars have the Moorhead Blues. Chris will have the call on that one. Chris coming back for his first game from his post-surgery recovery, so we're very excited to have Chris back. And then July 18th, we head up to Grand Forks as the Royals host a 9-inning game against the Fargo Post 400 Stars, and Grant and Chris will be in West Fargo. I believe it's Grant and Chris. Maybe it's just Chris. I don't know. Somebody will be in West Fargo for the game against the Eagles on next Tuesday. And then we head into tournament time after that. We got the Single A, the Double A, and the East Region A. Starting right around, well, maybe a couple days after Wednesday, July 19th. But either way, we have a lot of games coming up here in the near future on Magnitude Sports. So we hope that you subscribe to the channel and join us. Once again, you can find us on YouTube at Magnitude SN. You can find us using that same handle on Twitter and Facebook. Magnitude Sports on Instagram, Magnitude Sports on Threads, and then of course our website, magnitudesn.com, that has been being updated over the past 48 hours, getting ready for the fall sports season. Of course, you can watch all the games on the homepage of our website, in addition to all the other ways that you can watch games on Magnitude Sports as well. Your final score, one more time here, Barnesville 12, Bismarck 10. Time of the game, 2 hours and 27 minutes. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Broadcast was an exclusive presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network. Subscribe, click the bell, and visit magnitudesn.com for a schedule of our upcoming broadcasts.